My frustration has reached its end. This is the third time I've recorded this. Holy shit, I'm pissed off at this fucking bullshit. I have all the audio, but none of the video, and my video rendering bullshit doesn't work. Wonderful. Tech News Friday. Here we go, Ryzen 7 2700X and Ryzen 5 2600X spotted in retail listings. You can see the old generation stuff, Threadripper. You can see the new generation stuff, Ryzen 2. And you can see the old generation, and Ryzen Vega. Interesting prices. Notice there's no 4-core. You can see this retailing in stores. Very nice. Scroll up here. You can see the Pinnacle Ridge chips have varying clock speeds. This is a new Wraith Prism cooler. Looks very nice. Nice TDP. And you can see with the new chips, there is no 2800X. The reason for this is marketing. The reason for marketing is because if you compare the 2700X versus the 1700X, you'll be much more impressed than the 2700X versus the 1800X last generation due to different clock speeds. This requires 10 watts higher TDP to reach 4.35 GHz versus 4.0 GHz and 95 watt TDP of the 1800X of last generation. Very interesting. And then power stepping modes, such as this previous generation, 8 cores, 2 cores will reach 4, other 6 to reach 3.5, I believe, for the 1800X. Now, all the cores will lie generally above 4 GHz, or one reaching 3.9 under full boost. This is very useful if you're in Blender. So the example is this. If you're running Microsoft Paint and your CPU isn't doing anything, you won't see massive turbo if you just draw on dicks in Paint. However, if you're in Blender and you're rendering dicks, it'll render it much faster by having all the cores at a higher turbo clock than the previous generation. I'm skimming through this really fast because I've recorded this so many times. I am infuriated. Note that the X270, B350, and A320 boards are carrying over. They are supported. X470 and B450 are the new boards, and they support Precision Boost Overdrive. This is not supported with the old boards. This is required. This requires the new motherboards, so if you want this really fancy turboing feature, you have to fork over lots of cash for a new motherboard. Links in the description as always. Lester Vold's cast-shaded CTS Israeli research firm for talking shit about AMD CPU flaws via 4 different vectors. If I scroll down here, Ryzen Full, Master Key, Fallout, Chimera. Different ways you can affect a Ryzen or Vega or Epic, not Vega, Ryzen with Vega Mobile, or Epic CPUs by being in person and screwing with the system. Ryzen Fall, Master Key, Fallout, Chimera affect them in different ways and are all dangerous. However, this Israeli research firm had a little skew and was apparently to mess with stocks. Linus Torvalds doesn't take shit, and he wasn't very happy about this. Please note that Linus Torvalds is the developer/founder of Linux operating systems. Over here, Intel processors are being redesigned to protect against Spectre. Spectre and Meltdown were the vulnerabilities found last year that screwed CPUs, both Intel and AMD. Note that the second half of 2018 will feature Intel deploying the patch via hardware to their current generation CPUs, such as Coffee Lake. So the i7 8700K and the i5 8600K will feature this improvement. They're doing it via partitioning of the CPU, so that if something affects it, it cannot spread all throughout it. GeForce Partner Program is causing a stir, but it won't stop board partners from selling AMD GPUs. GeForce Partner Pincher Program is essentially this. It's very anti-consumer because of the following. You have to use your specific brand name, such as like Republica Gamers exclusively for Nvidia, not AMD. Companies don't like that because they built up the brands over many years. It's really scummy, really anti-consumer, as well as companies having to sign up for money, obviously, to get preferential GPU cores because GPUs are in short supply due to miner scumbags, and advanced marketing. So that if you're, for example, if the GTX 2080 launch event, Nvidia would show off your graphics card alongside. So, for example, Gigabyte paid Nvidia the money for the GPP, CCCP. Then they could have their card showed off alongside Nvidia's flagship being shown off at the event. Good marketing, however very costly, and this is screwing with brand names. People don't like this, and the response is negative all around. Nvidia is bracing for a mining slowdown as cryptocurrency values are decreasing. They're mercurial. Some guy managed to cram A700K into a Z170 board, despite Intel saying it's not possible. So Intel's full of shit sometimes. And RAM prices are still ridiculous due to iPhone X, iPhone 8, iPhone 6, and the Galaxy Note, and Galaxy S9, and Galaxy S69 using
DDR4. The bad news for Ethereum, Doge, Lite, and Angus Pound or Quarter Pounder McDonald's miners. It's no longer profitable to create the cryptocurrency by some estimates. Cryptocurrency, as you may know, requires developers, time, money, distribution, and miners to mine it and use mathematical formulas to mine the coin. It's not profitable very much anymore. That's very saddening. And let me refresh this so you can actually see the article. Do not play. I will. No! I don't want to get sued again. Anyway, cryptocurrency is not as available anymore. And then, as the little ending segment, because this is humorous, I obviously highlighted this for Gitcoin. Yeah. Cryptocurrency investors talk about this. And this is really interesting because this is talking about ulterior uses of cryptocurrency, not just deep web or going to Starbucks to buy a $10,000 coffee cup. So that Memento and its brand VRXity have come to the capital to find investors for what they claim to be the world's first cryptocurrency-funded VR adult gymnasium. The assistant adds that this is the future of librarians, and at least in this conference center booth is the future of cryptocurrency. The investment center has propelled Bitcoin into the headlines. So this is talking about different uses of Bitcoin and a bunch of schlubs waiting outside to invest in Bitcoin and other currencies. And note that Bitcoin is mercurial, the value is always fluctuating, and it's a really bad idea to invest in for the following reason. Mercurial value, not based in gold or other physical things, means that your currency can tank in value, like this. Bitcoin lost 40% of its value in 1 hour, and then it slingshot back, and it's all over the place. Really bad investment. As well as major governments wishing to ban it, such as the United States government, and I believe the United Kingdom's government wish to ban cryptocurrency. Which means that all this mining hoo-ha's would be for nothing, so. It all depends on these decisions. YouTube has fully demonetized me and everyone with 1,000 subs, with less than 1,000 subs. I find this silly. And if you want to show your support, please let me know in the comments section. If you are interested in more tech news, if you want to see more of this hoo-himiny, then hit the scrabble filet mignon button. You can see it below. It's highlighted in red with a bell icon if you want to see horrendous cancer like this. And then click the bell thing. I guess I can't be Mr. Sellout anymore because I can't sell anything out. And YouTube essentially just futzing with everyone. It's really great. And same as Nvidia because they're GPP penis. So anyway, if you enjoyed this malarkey, yay. If you didn't, then call me a horrible person in the comments section. If you want to see more of this, please let me know. I've recorded this so many times my anger boils. Thank you all for watching.